Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's your favorite horror podcast, Grave Mistakes. And today we're covering 28 years later.
Sit here. Sit. Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still. Keep quiet and do not move from the spot.
Seven, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 boot.
All right, and to start us off today, Slim, of course, is going to get us started with a synopsis of the film.
Yeah, so just really quick, it starts off with we have Jamie and Spike. They are a father-son duo. They are a part of the British Isles on, I want to say it's the Scotland. This in Scotland Highlands.
Literally no
where
idea.
they live on a remote island that is it's pretty much safe because of a land bridge that is covered by high tide. So they are going on a mission to kill some of the rage. What do they call them?
Zombies.
The Ragers. Yeah, the Ragers, the Rage Zombies. Yeah, and then we just get to see their journey, and then it kind of turns into something else about halfway through the movie. But
Turns
yeah,
into
we
a lot
get
of something else.
Yes.
Yeah. First
So
impressions.
we talk about like we can talk about like the first opening scene. Like that was fine, I would say. But then later on, it's like because isn't it the whole implication where we see the first scene we meet Jimmy. I'm pretty sure they say his name. And once like the scene is over, you kind of just assume that he is the father, like Craven's character. What's his name?
Oh, Craven
Alex
Hunter. I
Alex.
know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. You're talking about Washed. No, I'm kidding. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yes. I don't. Is that just me? Because I thought that was him the entire time, and then the ending we get. I'm just like, oh, I was done for a loop.
Who you think the father is to who?
I thought that the little boy in the beginning of the movie was Aaron Taylor Johnson's character the entire time.
Oh, blonde hair kid.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, correct. So
Yes.
yes. First impressions coming out of the theater initially for your boy right here was confusion. I was like, I don't know if I liked that. That was some weird ass shit. I don't know what's going on. Where the central message was. There was multiple themes that kind of clashed with each other. All three acts of the movie were different movies. I loved the performances. I loved some of the action scenes. I was kind of like, thrown for a loop. And I just there was so much going on. It felt like the beginning of a new IP, if that makes sense. This was kind of weird. Like it felt like the movie did more world building than character storytelling, which is contrary to the 28 Later franchise. Me only comparing this to the first
28
movie.
Later.
Yeah, I mean I don't know what else to call it.
28 Later franchise. Yeah. So you're saying it doesn't feel like the third. It doesn't feel like the third movie in a trilogy.
Yeah, somebody on social media asked what's the most what franchise is good, but you just can't vibe with it, and I responded with the 28 Later franchise. I just I don't know. It's stylistic, obviously, just like the other two movies. It's just it's too much going on for me. So, we'll start off. We'll go act to act to act, and then we'll talk about how we feel. When you left the movie, did you like it, or did you notice it was special?
I was very confused. I was saying there was two scenes where my mouth was just wide open and just what is going on here? Wasn't expecting it. It just seemed all over the place, especially after the last scene. That really just throws you for a loop.
So we can be specific. Spoiler, obviously. Go see the fucking movie.
Yeah. Right, yeah. I'm just saying, when we see the jumpsuit Power Rangers pop up, and we have some goofy ass fighting to take these rage zombies that were chasing Spike down, and then this is the end of the movie. And I guess there's a second movie. Which what is going to be the second movie about? I don't understand. It's called The Bone Temple, apparently.
Oh yeah, you see exactly what it's going to be about. The Power Rangers. Yes, this is what I mean by this movie was like this was like kind of like 80s coke fueled acid trip narrative.
Hmm.
So yeah, the other scene that's are obviously mind boggling are of course are like the pregnancy scene, the zombie with his
Yeah.
schlong out, that
Yes.
Felix Sweden's special forces guy that lasts 5 minutes. There's just so much happening. Okay, so in the first act of the movie, we've got Aaron Taylor Johnson's character and Spike, played by Alfie Williams. And by the way, for a child actor, this kid did amazing. Usually, child actors
Oh, he did
suck,
awesome.
but yeah, he
Yeah,
pretty
it was
much
great.
carried the third act of the movie by himself.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
obviously, a solid future for him. So I love the town. I love the concept of it. It's like, we know there's different factions that exist out in the quarantine zone, because we've learned by this
Mhm.
point that the rest of the world is actually still operating regularly, but they've quarantined most of Europe, which I have
Yeah, they
nitpicks
just
about
do.
that later. Um,
I think it's just the British Isles because it's just separated from Europe. So I think they just patrol around. Because he was like, "Oh, I think those are the French in the boats going around." So I think it's just the British Isles.
okay, so I'll concede to that point. However, the town thing is super cool because they basically have made this fortress. And it's visually stunning, like that long bridge that's separated by
Hmm.
the tide. It's interesting because it's like the whole town is very much separated from both society and from the zombies in this kind of way. So there's hints of cultiness in the town that's not
Yeah.
that's not expanded upon, but it makes you a little bit more interested. Like they wear these weird ass masks with the arrows through the head and the bloody eyes trickling down. Now I don't know if that's a cultural representation of something that I'm unfamiliar with. This could be like a part of European heritage that I just don't know about. But from my
Hmm.
perspective as like an ignorant idiot, it looks like kind of a culty situation because they've got these like rituals where they send out like their kids, which are typically occur at 14 and 15, which I found interesting. 14 and 15-year-olds are sent out to commit their first kill on zombies to kind of acclimate them to this apocalyptic environment, and then there's like some huge feast celebration Game of Thrones thing after.
Right. Yeah. And we see like Spike, who is 13, and his dad is like, "We're gonna do this now. You're ready." Like,
Yeah.
there's a certain word that this describes like what Jamie, that's his character, like was trying to do there. I don't know why he's rushing his son too much to say like, "Oh, you're ready, you're ready, you're ready." When I mean, Spike, as we can see during that first outing, like he could kill one that like the little bloater ones that are floating or crawling on the ground eating worms, but when it got like real busy, Jamie was doing all the work. But it's not Spike's fault because like he's the one that brought him there. It was
Yeah.
just and
We lost him.
then he just lied when he got back to the village.
Yeah, I think the lying part. I think the whole part of the first act is clearly like the theme of the first act, which you think is going to continue through the whole film, which is part of why it kind of feels choppy. Is they are communicating like this sense of toxic masculinity, like relationships between father and sons, like kind of a generational divide between a generation that's like considers vanity to be like honestly a positive value and toughness and like killing and I'm a man and
Mm-hmm.
like I do all this and that. And Spike is like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not really into all that. Like, I'm into telling the truth and protecting my family.
Power Rangers.
Yes.
He has a little Power Rangers finger. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize that. So it really is a direct connection to the Power Rangers thing later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah,
He was gonna bring it. Yeah.
it's kind of the death of innocence. And his dad kind of forcing him through this uncomfortable adolescent transition. And Jamie's character is like all of the things in a terrible dad. I mean, he like initially you think he's just a tough dad, but as it like progresses, you see that this is like pretty much like a very what's the word, like the dad figure is seen in a lot of other figures in real life. Like people can relate to this. It's relatable. Yeah. So like, he takes him out there. He's not yelling at him too much, which I've noticed was pretty interesting. I expected him to be more aggressive. If they write this character badly, Jamie is screaming at Spike the whole time and basically telling him he's worthless, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he doesn't like do like the negative part. It's just mainly just do it. You have to do it.
Yeah, so you have to watch like when the dude's dangling upside down with like the blood bag. He's like sit there and stare at it. He's just forcing this kid to get desensitized.
Right. So that was Jimmy and the boys, right? That's who did that.
Jimmy,
Because it's a zombie. Yeah, it's a zombie flipped upside down, and there's like carvings in them. I'm pretty sure that's them because they do the same thing to a zombie at the end of the movie.
Huh.
They flip it upside down and then they start like cutting like
Oh
carvings
yeah,
into the
yeah,
skin.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's
Mm.
them. I don't know what in the fuck is going on with that, but yeah. So we have those moments, and like he's protecting his son, he's being cool, but then he goes back, and you find out their mom has some form of sickness, which we find out later is like brain cancer,
Answer.
right? And
Yeah.
it's like affecting her mood and her behavior, and she's basically like bedridden the entire time, and so there's this looming feeling that Jamie is just kind of waiting for her to die. And then like during the big celebration party, he's like lying about all the accolades Spike didn't do, and Spike's just like, I'm kind of over this, I'm
Mhm.
trying to go home. Then he catches his fucking dad cheating on his mom. Bro, it's a horrible day for Spike going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go home, and he ends up basically kicking his own dad out the house because he's like, I know you're waiting for mom to die. Also, I saw you cheating on her. Get the fuck out of here. And that's what kicks off the first act of the movie, which, by the
Mhm.
way, like, they get chased by this massive raging alpha zombie all the way back home. And the whole time I'm thinking, when is one of them going to die so that way the rest of this plot can take place? None of them die.
Mhm.
They kill the massive zombie with like a trebuchet. And then, like, that part of the movie's over. There is no more Jamie Spike dynamic.
Right. So, I guess they kind of subverted expectations because we're all like, oh, one of them is going to get infected, and then the entire village is going to have to be like wiped out because, that's how zombie movies are, or the rage virus. But no, that's not where we get. We just, we get the happy ending where they make it back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's either that or are you thinking it's gonna be like a John Wick zombie revenge movie where like Spike or Jamie gets killed and then Spike grows up to go kill the alpha zombie? But it's like we didn't get that at all. They were like
Oh,
yeah they're good. The real story, the real evil is adultery.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's a common theme with these movies, man. Like it's like the real evil is just
Evil.
regular man, not even a zombie. Yeah.
regular man. Okay, and
Regular
then
man.
we got to circle back for a second. So the opening
Mhm.
scene is of that blonde juvenile child that we originally think is Jamie
Yep.
during the onset of the zombie apocalypse 28 years ago, and his mother it just gets fucking bro. They just went right into the shocking scene. It's just like
See, I knew like it was so much focus of him when they were watching like Teletubbies in that room, and when
yes.
he goes to the door, I was like, oh, they're gonna swing open the door, and like he's gonna get crushed but be okay, and the other kids are gonna get destroyed.
I did not think
And that's
that was
exactly
gonna
what
happen.
happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
I
sitting
mean,
there in the theater with one other dude at this
mhm.
tiny theater. I don't know. This guy's sitting in the front, like the front row. By the way, I don't know what's going on, and I'm just watching the screen. I'm like, why are all these fucking children watching Teletubbies? And the next thing I
Mhm.
know, I'm watching a massacre of like 8-year-olds. I'm like, hold
Yeah.
on, like, nah,
Yeah.
man. And then he runs away to
No.
the church, and his dad is
His
basically
dad.
like, oh yeah, this is the rapture. This is good.
And he's like, oh, and then he gets like the transfer. His raise is like induced, and he's like, oh, being lifted up by the other the other
Yeah.
side.
Like,
I was like, what is going on?
yeah,
And then not Spike, Jimmy is just hiding underneath the floorboards. And I want to say some like blood like falls through the crack, but it doesn't get him. I think I imagine that, but I'm not sure. But and he just walks. Like, how does he survive after this? Like, where does he go?
well, I guess we're gonna find out in 20.
Find out in the next movie, right?
Right, when the Red Ranger finally gets his suit or powers or whatever. So, like, I mean, yeah, like, well, we think that was Jimmy the whole, or yeah, Jamie. There's fucking Jims in here. We think that's
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, but we find out later that it's not. So the second act begins, and the second act is essentially the exploration of the zombie land. I, what do you think? Like, what?
I mean, I think I love like there's so many gorgeous shots. Like, this movie is a 28 later franchise, so they cut a lot. But when him and Spike are just walking through like the forest, or even when he's walking with his mom, there's so many just like scenery, just shots of them walking on the landscape, and I love that. Even from like top down, we just see trees and the greenery of like the Scottish Highlands, wherever they're at. But I also liked how we see that they're walking and they're passing like all these cut down trees. So like this is how they made like all the houses and
Yes.
put them, like they transferred all that lumber. And I was really thinking about all the work that really takes to do. And then they also have to like have scouts watching out for like zombies when they did this the entire time like that. I mean, how long? I mean, obviously it's been 28 years, but this has taken some time to build this community. And like, no, I mean, I thought that was pretty cool at least. But how'd you feel?
Yeah, I mean, the world building is absolutely astonishing, especially because you can tell that they think about the details. What it feels like is it feels like the world and setting of a video game, and the set pieces are kind of like immersing you in this. Like it feels like they just converted an entire island into a set piece for this movie. At no point in time does it feel like they're in like a staged room. It really feels like they're in this like weird scenario. I mean, they even have like little mentions of how they used to have scouting parties, but then that's how they discovered the alpha zombies and certain nuances with other zombies. Like we've gotten to that point in this franchise where there's now runners and the crawlers and the big alpha zombies, and pretty much at the end of Act 2. Well, I guess the Act 2 is essentially like all of the scenes with Spike like defying his father and becoming a man on his own. So the third act starts with him
leaving.
By the way, did you know that Jimmy is played by Jack O'Connell?
Jack O'Connell
from Sinners?
That's I was gonna say, that's him.
Yeah, Rocky Road to Dublin.
Yeah, wait, really?
Yes.
He's on a generational run right now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this might be his best character so far. Would you say?
Are you joking? All right, this is his best character, the Purple Ranger, with the blonde hair and the.
Yeah, of course.
Gotcha. We're not being serious. So we met. His name is his character name is Eric Sundvikist. I can't pronounce this. I'm so sorry. And he's played by Edvin Riding, and he's a Swedish special forces guy. And we're introduced to him in a super cool way because it does this weird jump cut to a bunch of like soldier dudes with like ARs, and it's kind of confusing because I thought this was a flashback that was going to give us context to the alpha zombie being formed or like their first encounter, but nah. So they're basically all running away from like a horde of zombies. These guys have terrible aim. They must have been in the academy for 15 minutes. Like the absolute lack, the absolute lack of strategic like anything. Like I don't know shit. I'm just yapping right now, but they jump down into a gulch.
Like a sewer?
Yes, it's like a sewer or a gulch, and they know where they're going somehow, which is a little confusing because we find out later that they basically crash landed aboard this island. But so they go down there, and then they're running, and then like I don't know, I guess we got zero awareness of what's above us. One guy gets jump tackled from the top, and then everyone else, instead of forming like a defensive brigade, like just kind of keeps running and shooting, and then two guys stop to shoot other zombies and don't fucking notice the 12 other zombies running past them, and then they get tackled and killed. And so there's like 3 dudes left, and they make like a pretty rational decision to lock themselves behind the gate in the sewer, like the little, maybe I don't know, it's maybe where they'd hold like generators and shit like that. So they lock themselves in there, and then the fucking alpha zombie reveals itself full manifest because we're introduced to it with Jamie, a different version of it. They're basically the smarter, huge leaders of the running zombies. Which, by the way, this is clearly an Attack on Titan reference. There's no way it's not. Like the way the running zombies move without moving their arms.
I mean, I guess so, yeah. Because like it's the fact that they're also naked. Because like in the other movies, they're clothed. So yeah, no, when they're like running, just like frolicking like that, but like still like super fast, like yeah, that's a good catch.
Very obvious an Attack on Titan thing. And then so they're all like, holy shit, we're locked in here with this big zombie. And the first thing it does is Predator style rip a dude's head clean off. And you're like, this is fucked. And so last dude survives.
That's the signature move.
It is a signature move. For some reason, these guys like ripping the head and spine out like Predator. But we don't learn why. There is no like natural selection implication of what the head represents. Because we know it mounts.
Trophy.
Yes, exactly. We know it mounts the head in the tree. But like, what is the point? Like, if these are... I don't know, whatever. I guess they're evolving to be like, half human, half like rage creatures. So I guess they're going to start having personalities instead of just eating people. But Swedish dude lives and he runs away, basically like, in full survival mode. And what does Spike do? Spike's like, come on, Mom, we fucking sneaking out. So he lights like the medical tent on fire or some shit, which is crazy so he can cause a distraction.
Oh yeah, it's like the store, right?
Yeah, it's like
he just likes the store.
You can't do that. You're like your villagers are not making it out. Like he didn't want.
No.
Like you didn't abandon house, a playground, something that didn't have significance. But so yeah, he distracts the 2 guards at the tower, sneaks his mom out, and he's like, "We're gonna go find this doctor," played by Ralph Fiennes, the guy from The Menu. I love this actor. So we know there's this big bonfire in the distance that's been burning for basically years, and there's this crazy delusional doctor that used to be a doctor back in the regular human days, and he's like, "I'm gonna go take my mom to the doctor so that way he can make her better because I'm ignorant and like 12." So yeah, and then we kick off the third act.
We get before we get like the description from Jamie of like the first time they saw the doctor. And then he's just they're like on a tree line looking over a hill, and they just see these bodies just lined up like uniformly in a big ass field, and he's just burning bodies, and he looks up, sees them, just gives them a nice hey.
Oh yeah, yeah, the casual wave. He's like, "Oh hey guys," and he's got like the shiesty on and like the executioner hood, and they just run away because they're like, "Oh, this guy's crazy."
They're that scared. I mean, like. It honestly doesn't make sense why they ran away. I guess honestly, no, it doesn't, because like he's obviously normal. Like he's not enraged by it. Like,
see, this is what I'm gonna say. Post-apocalypse, if I see a dude with like a Lord of the Rings bonfire incinerating bodies, this is the apocalypse, dude. This is a Dead Rising 2 boss.
It's the best way to get rid of the virus, though. Like that's like you have to burn bodies, like the plague, right?
I'm never assuming that ever. I'm like, this guy is crazy. He has no one else next to him, because you don't know. This guy could be eating people. I feel like the risk doesn't. But this is what I will say. Here's my contradiction. I'm going back for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
The second that fire lasts more than a week and that guy's still alive, I'm like, hold on, we gotta go talk to that guy.
You gotta go talk and see what's up at least.
Yeah,
like he's just another human. Like,
why is he doing?
What
is he doing over there?
And that's what Spike do. Spike get up there.
Well, Spike's got a quest. He's got to save Mom. You know, that's like the and it's interesting because like the whole thing is like Spike not meeting like the standards of this traditional masculinity that Jamie's setting for him, but like the most manly like thing you can do, you know, is to protect like the people. So he with bravery and despite the odds, you know, goes over to protect his mother. You know, he does like the actual, you know, manly thing, which is pretty awesome. It's not gloating, it's, you know, actually saving people. So they set out, you know, obviously it's hard, like, you know, bro is kind of getting his bow skills up. Does the temple scene happen first when they fall asleep? That's before the gas station, right? Yeah. So they have to rest, right? Yeah, so they rest at this little temple, they go to sleep, and then there's like a crawly zombie that starts approaching Spike, and you know, because Spike fell asleep while he was supposed to be watching over his mom, and some motherfucker puts a bag over his head.
It's a real tension builder, man. Like it is. Like you just see this thing crawling. Like I don't understand how fat the bloat things are, the crawlers are.
Yes.
How are they that big if they're eating worms all day?
I think it's because they don't get any exercise. I'm not even joking. I really think it's just because they crawl around. So the implication is that they're like not burning calories.
Yes, you're right, but they're just not eating. Like they can't eat like you know, like the scenes where we get like the red and it's like real visceral, and I guess like we're just getting like bird's eye view from like POV from the Ray zombies when they're like killing a deer or something like that. Like they're eating deer, but these guys are eating fucking worms and crawling on the ground. I guess you're right. No, I'm not. It's like I don't understand why they're so fat.
I think it's also like they're kind of like night hunters. So I would imagine that they crawl around and then they just catch something sleeping and kind of take it out. Like that's it is a weird thing. Like you're right. Mm-hmm. Like we put a lot of attention into these fat ass gray crawler zombies, and then we had this whole dramatic tension building scene where we're like, oh, is he gonna kill Spike? Like, no, he's not gonna kill Spike. No. So the zombie gets its head slammed into a pillar.
I was like, when that happened, who the mom who actually killed the zombie, I didn't see this coming. You know,
yeah, it's like she's having like a dementia moment. The whole movie, she's like,
right,
you know. She's just like tweaking.
And then she wakes up and she was like, I don't know.
Yeah, she said, "Huh? Who did that?
You killed that? You did that?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
I'm over here thinking like, oh, Jamie
That's what I
found
thought.
them.
That's what I thought.
He's watching them, you
Yeah.
know, and he's gonna be like, you could have killed your mother. You know? I
Yeah, no, no. God damn it! I thought that
wake
was
up for a scolding.
Yes, I thought that was a Jesse from The Last of Us moment, where they
Yes.
yeah, like they come in to save. No, but like obviously it's better that they didn't do that because then we would have had to like redeem Aaron Taylor Johnson's misogyny. So
Yes.
so yeah, and then they're like, yeah, who did that? So they go to the gas station, and they're basically getting chased by a horde of zombies. They escape in there, and then we find out the gas. I don't know what fucking gas they said it was, by the way, but they said it was some type of gas, and it's basically been building up in the gas station. And so there's this thick layer that's about like head height. And, as they're getting chased in there, and it's looking grim. Honestly, I was like, I don't know how it was gonna go down because it did not look like there was any scenario where they get out of this. And I kept thinking the gas is in there for a reason, so they're either gonna pass out and wake up and be saved, or like there's gonna be an explosion. And they open the roof hatch. Eric opens this roof hatch and is like, I'm gonna save you guys, and he's got the gun and he fires a bullet, and I just went like this in the theater, like I had a physical reaction. I just closed my mouth and my eyes widened because I thought like everyone just died. Like I'm not even kidding.
Oh.
I thought Spike and his mom Ilsa just died because I was like the whole building's going to explode. This guy fired a live round in like a gas filled room, and because you see the fire sprawl out, and I was like, I thought I was watching like,
it's really weird.
What's that video game where when you make choices your characters die? You know what I'm talking about? Outlast. I thought it was like no, it's not Outlast. Anyway,
Until Dawn.
I thought it was an Until Dawn moment where you picked the wrong dialogue option and everyone blew up.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, they're dead, but then they just laid down and the fire kind of like engulfs all the other zombies. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
And then honestly, this is my favorite part of the movie. Like, what did you think? Like this stretch with Eric to the train is honestly like my favorite part of the movie.
I mean, it's comedic relief. We see him for like a good 5 minutes. They like argue a bit, and he's like, "Oh, she'll slow us down. We can't take her." He's like, "Oh, like Elsa is or Isla. She's calling Spike dad at this moment," and he's like, "Is that true?"
Oh yeah, he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with her?"
Yeah.
And what's he say? He goes, yeah, I imagine a whole lot of inbreeding goes on, but this doesn't seem right. Like,
Yeah, right.
He's clearly like 20, like he has absolutely zero seriousness about him. He's just stupid.
It's funny because he's talking about like where he's from. I don't think he's like from Scandinavia somewhere. And he's like, yeah, I was a delivery driver, just like Cillian Murphy's character in the first movie.
No, he said his best friend is a delivery driver.
Oh, I thought he was the delivery driver. Okay.
No, that's why he joined the military, because his best friend was a delivery driver.
Make like a bet.
Yeah, and he was like, man, you're not doing shit with your life. And he was like, well, what the fuck are you doing? So he goes, then I joined the Navy. Like, it's just like, and then he's like, now I wish I was a delivery driver,
Right. Okay. You're right. Yeah. His friend is the delivery driver now. And then we get to see some of his outside life. He's like, oh, this is my girlfriend. And it's just like the most,
oh yeah, like supermodel influencer-esque stereotype.
Yes.
Like she's got she's had some plastic surgery done,
some work done,
right? Maybe some like lip filler and stuff like that. And he just goes, "What's wrong with the Spike's like, what's wrong with her?" Because he's never seen an unnatural human, like someone who, like,
right, yeah. Which
is funny. So I think this is another what I'm talking about with the themes clashing. Like we've had parenthood and misogyny and all that, and then we did like this weird flip into like struggling with taking care of a parent or a loved one with an illness, and now we're criticizing like unnatural body types.
It seems a bit goofy. I mean, I don't know. The scene's like over pretty quick. It's just like to show that like outside of the UK, life is still going on and people are just normal. It's just like this is where this is going on. Like
yes,
it's a weird feeling, I bet.
The through line of this theme is it's specifically like how we should respect the natural order of things and return to a more like symbiosis with nature, because later we get the third act. It primarily focuses on the forced ass theme. Like I honestly thought I was watching a fucking documentary about why the circle of life is important. Your throat. Yes, like
just
the circle of
this is
life
the theme.
and memento mori. It's like this is that moment. It's like, unnaturally affecting your body is wrong, and it like the special forces dude is a fucking idiot, despite him living in the real world with all that technology and being in the military. But then Spike grew up like with symbiosis in nature, like living with the land, and he knows a lot more by living this way, and he's almost happier, which is interesting. Like it's almost like they're trying to say that like living in this manner is a lot more valuable than living how like us fat ass, convenient regular folk live.
Right. I mean, it's kind of what you get with like it's. I want to see like the psychological effects of growing up in this island. Where do they know that he doesn't know like what a phone is, right?
No, he's like, what is that? And he's like, it's about to be a brick, but other than that, it's like a radio.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, you know what a radio is? And he's like, no, he doesn't know anything.
No.
Yeah, I like how casual Spike is about that. He doesn't really care. He's a little interested, but he's not like.
Oh,
you got games on your phone?
You got games on your phone? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. Like he basically like Eric actually knows this about Spike too, because he's like, aren't you a local? Like, take me back to your village. And he's like, oh, can't we? I like that they explained this too. They were like, well, can't we just go back with you? And he's like, nah. Once you like get quarantined in here, no one comes to save you, and you're not allowed to leave. So it's kind of like a forced explanation of why like no one on the survival side of it has been able to kind of like return to society. Let's see. Oh yeah. So basically we follow this moment and we're progressing through and we're still going towards the doctor. And then we end up in this train and we hear this wailing. I can't talk about this without like getting angry. So you're going to have to run this section of the train. Man.
Yeah. No, like I was saying, I was just jaw dropped. I was like, what is going on? They get into the train. I think they hear the wailing, and that's what attracts them to the train.
Isla, his mom, just starts full booking it towards this wailing sound in the train. They're all like, "Stop! What are you doing?"
Yeah, no. So, we get on the train. We see a pregnant, infected.
We've seen this earlier, by the way. There was like a...
Yeah, she's in this story before.
Yeah, she was just walking around with the other zombies, and you kind of see it, and like the camera kind of does like it kind of fixates on this pregnant zombie, but you think it's just like to show the horror of becoming a zombie, but actually there's more.
Yeah, no, this lady's pregnant, and then once Isla, I think her name, I don't know, I forget how you pronounce it, Isla, she's like, it's okay. And does this, and they grasp hands. I was like,
with the fucking zombie. The zombie and the mom grasp hands because the zombie is giving birth. And so there is a moment where through the understanding of motherhood, the zombie is allowed to give birth to a seemingly uninfected infant. And they cut the umbilical cord, and then Eric, which for the first time in the movie is acting the most rational, is like, I'm about to blow this motherfucker down. Put that fucking fetus on the ground. Now, I don't know if I would be like, let's curb stomp the infant because it's a zombie, but what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, the zombie immediately starts to tweak out after giving birth, and then Eric puts like 17,000 rounds into the creature. And kills it, and then now they have the infant, and they're arguing about this, and he's like, put the baby down or I'm gonna kill you, and he keeps backing up into this like open skylight area where there's another hatch above him. And
we kind of knew it was over.
Yes, exactly. Anytime there's that moment, so the machine gun attracts the alpha zombie, who picks up Eric, and this is horrifying. I love it when movies do this. Alien basically, in my opinion, popularized this thing.
Oh yeah.
Where you don't see it but you hear it. So the character gets grabbed and pulled up. You hear the screaming, these visceral, guttural noises. The blood hits the ground, and then there's silence, and then he jumps down and he's got Eric's head, and you're like, oh fuck, oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. This is insane.
It's an issue.
Yes.
Now we start the mad dash, and they're carrying the baby, so obviously, but they make it to the doctor, and
hold on, Eric. we got to give Spike some credit. Spike's practicing his aim because remember his dad
is he hitting the shoulder or something?
taught him the strategy of like make some distance, turn around, shoot, make some distance, turn around, shoot. He's practicing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's hitting licks, and we get to see the durability of him. And yes, after they're getting chased by the alpha.
Oh, boom! Doctor, he shows up, and he is covered in this like. I don't even know, iodine or something like that. Yeah, and he shoots him with a trank dart. And Alpha, of course, Alpha don't kneel. Alpha stand up.
Yeah,
Alpha ain't falling
out. We have to talk about the schlong, dude. We can't ignore this any longer. So the entire time the dude's running in the train, he's got like a 13-foot appendage between his penis is out, guys. His penis is flapping around as he's running through the train, and it's very unsettling. And it's like, what's going on? Why did they make this a point? And so, also, like, there's this unsettling moment on the train where the alpha picks up the pregnant zombie, looks at it, and just drops it. So I don't know if it's implied that the alpha is the father to the pregnant zombie, and there's no way that's not the case. So I'm like,
it has to be the case.
So, like, man, whatever the fuck's going on over there is like Bone Tomahawk level of fucked, and I don't want to. I don't need any more deep dive about how the zombies.
Well, I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's not that bad,
dog. I have no idea. I don't want to know.
Yeah, we don't know if that's like a consensual or like non-consensual type of relationship that they have, but it is heavily implied. And I guess like I have seen something where they say that like it's that big because of like just to show like fertility and whatnot, and how he is like the big dog around these parts. That's how like
the dude is 9'4". I'm pretty sure they immediately asserted that by his presence.
Everything big, okay? That's how it goes. Okay, that's just how they showed it.
Okay, returning to the doctor. So yes, the alpha is paralyzed by this trank dart, and then by the way, I love the doctor. I love this character in movies. We haven't seen it in really a while, where the doctor or scientist character is excited about science, like Bill Nye. He goes, and then he describes the chemical agent that he uses, and he's like, it's actually quite effective, and that's like your first introduction. He's like this quirky scientist.
No, yeah, they have Eric's head for some reason. I don't know who, like, how they get that head.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
they go back and grab it?
No. The alpha zombie is holding the head the whole time, and when he trank darts it, he takes it.
Oh.
And you don't know why he does this. He just kind of does like a side smirk. He goes, and he just takes the head from the zombie's hand, and you're like, what is going on? He just kind of like football cups it. He's like, come on, we're going back to base, and he's just carrying bro's head the whole time. And this is a character you're introduced to, which they did this on purpose to like desensitize you to the circle of life later. But like you're watching this dude carry a character you're familiar with.
A named character's head.
Yeah, a named character's head, which is like, that's kind of a no-no for movies. Like, by the way, I don't know. There's more references in this movie that I think might have been like taken from other things. For example, I just watched Predator 2 at 3 a.m. And in Predator 2, the Predator actually jumps into a train, like a live train in the subway. In Los Angeles, I think train in Los Angeles anyway, and he has a standoff with a cop, and he kills the cop and takes the cop's head and spine out in the train track. So it was like very reminiscent to Predator 2, because the alpha jumps down from the top of the train as well and ends up head removing the special forces guy. So I was like, oh look, it's another reference to something.
Yeah, that could be a reference.
But yeah, so. They carry him along, and then we see the cornucopia. How do you describe the bone thing?
The temple, where he just has like I don't know how he did this. He has like I think he describes it having like a solid base, and he just puts like femurs and like arm bones and goes just. And he's just making these pillars, and in the middle there's like a big cone, like a Christmas tree almost, of just human skulls. They just are roundabout, and it's like I don't even know how tall this thing is. I don't know how he made this, but it's just a temple. Yeah, it's the best way to describe it.
He describes the reason he's been able to survive because there's basically surrounded by a rapid river, and so he has like these ropes set up that help you cross it. But typically, the force of the river is a little too strong to walk across on your own. So for the regular zombie, they'd get tripped up by the river if they tried to come to this temple. The
Yeah.
other thing is he's so excited to explain what it is, and this is where we get the whole dialogue exposition of memento mori and Latin, and why it's important that we like all understand that we're gonna die and everything's gonna die, and that we should almost take like solace and pride in that, and respect death. It's a whole thing, and you think it's just going to be one sentence, but we go into the bone temple, and he incinerates the Eric's skull, and he adds it to the tree, and he's like, all these skulls have sockets that have seen things, and we're basically honoring their life by creating this temple. And just like people, it's ephemeral and temporary, so this temple will fall one day. Like, it's a whole thing. The temple's gonna fall one day, just how we all fall. Like, he basically becomes a priest. Now, I like, no, seriously, but there's a lot of connections to religion in this movie. Like, there's a huge theme of religion, especially when we come back to Rocky
Jimmy.
Road to Dublin later. Yes. And because his cross is inverted, by the way, by the time we see him later. So there is like and so the doctor has almost become a priest in this sense, where he has built his temple that honors death and respects it in his own way. And like, it's a whole fucking thing. And then we get the saddest moment in the movie. He diagnosed his mom with cancer, and Spike's fucking losing it. He's like, I've lost so much. I've like, done all this stuff to bring her here. And he's like, what is cancer? I don't know what that is. And the doctor's like, she's going to pass away. And it's just part of it. Remember how we talked about the circle of life? And he gets blow darted by Doc. And while he's falling asleep.
Doesn't he blow dart like the mom too? And then how does he kill her?
I
think it's a poison.
Yeah. I think he knocks out Spike, and Spike knows what's going to happen, which is sad. And then he grabs the blow dart and he walks down the river with her. So it's his mom gets old yellered. Like, there's no other way to describe. She gets Lennied. Like
old yellered, probably decapitated, head roasted.
Like, yeah. When you think about it too much, it's horror. And he did this in like 15 minutes too. So like he goes,
because he does the same thing to Eric.
Yeah, he just goes, and then he just walks up and just starts cutting her head off, like,
After they take it, like I think he takes Eric's out, like his head, like when we first see him doing this, he takes it out of the incinerator, and he just takes like that skin that's still there and just like picking it off. I'm just like, oh man, like he just does this all to Spike's mom, who was just alive like a couple minutes ago, and it's like, here's her head, boy.
Yeah,
go ahead and put it up.
Yeah, he walks up with her skull, puts it in his arms, and is like, choose a spot for her. And obviously he climbs to the top, and it's like this, this beautiful moment of respecting life. And this, fuck all that. Like, we're running this back in criticisms. Like, obviously, like, this is the controversy of the film. But so yeah, after that, there's this fucking infant that the audience has probably forgot about because we just watched Spike's mom get decapitated and added to the Christmas tree thing. And so the doctor's like, yeah, you should probably take this infant and save it. Oh, before that, the alpha zombie is like, boom, 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 and comes running up. And I'm assuming this is days later because they, like, he's probably spent time with the doctor and learned a couple things. And they hide under this grate. So that's another way it's explained that the doctor's been able to survive this long, as there's like this basically little bunker in the temple. And then he almost gets killed.
He almost dies. Yeah.
So Spike is learning, like, we've learned this whole time that Spike has basically been picking up survival instincts. So he grabs the dart out the doctor's pocket because he's learned how it works, pricks old bro again. They survive. He takes the infant back to the village, leaves a note for his dad. Got some more shit about that later. And then he escapes into the wild, where your favorite scene happens, where Spike's surviving. You want to talk about Jimmy?
Well, yeah. So we talked about it just a little bit in the beginning. Yeah, he's like, Spike's on this winding road with like it's like kind of like a valley where it's at the bottom, and he's killing some walkers. He's eating the fish. He's getting chased, and like it gets to a point where there's some rocks in the way. It's like, oh no, what's gonna happen to Spike? Who's gonna save him? Maybe his dad's following him. No, we get this blonde hair, upside down cross jumpsuit, perfect jumpsuit, by the way. I don't know where you got this from, but like,
it's like Velvet War II, by the way.
Pop out doing flips, like taking down these zombies, like
with Mortal Kombat weapons. There's like Mortal Kombat weapons. They've got like emerald spears and like nunchuck chain knives and just shit that you have to make in someone's garage.
they're doing this for style point. They're getting like style.
Oh,
They're
it's
just
all
trying,
aura.
like,
Yeah, none of those
yeah,
flips are
yeah.
practical at all. Yeah, there's nothing that they're doing. Like everything they're doing is a flex for a 13-year-old. By the way, like they're,
Uh-huh.
hey kid, we gotcha, and then they just, go Power Rangers.
But at the same time, like I don't know if I should like be scared for Spike because like what are these people up
Oh,
to?
he's getting
What are they
radicalized.
doing?
Yeah.
That's
One thing about these
maybe
movies. Oh shit! You
okay.
got a theory? He's got a theory, y'all. He
No,
got this
I'm
shit.
just saying,
Hold
like,
on.
is it the next movie? Is it Jimmy versus Spike with like clashing ideals about how they should like go about this? You know, like that's the only reason I can see them making another movie.
Okay, that was terrible. So actually, no, this is a good time though. We'll transition into. So basically, that's where the movie ends, as he gets saved by the Power Rangers, which was foreshadowed at the beginning with his toy. So. Yeah, so we'll go on to segments now, and we'll start out with sequel possibilities. So yeah, so you think he's gonna, it's gonna be the boys. He's gonna spend some time with Jimmy and the gang, and they're gonna be like, yeah, like we do this, and this is how we live, and it's gonna be cool at first, but then he's gonna see the error of their ways, and he's gonna start his own group with his village, and then Jimmy's gonna be like, listen, fucker, we're taking everything you got because this is what we do, and he's gonna be like, no, I gotta protect the homies.
No, but yeah, it's like Jimmy kills at a sport, and he like doesn't even kill them. Like when the Jamie and Spike found that hanging upside down one in the house, like
You're
he
right.
just leaves them. It's Spike is killing out of necessity and to just get rid of them and to survive. And
Yes.
like
It's a
they're
respect
just two
for life.
opposite sides of the spectrum.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Spike has learned from the Doctor and from living on his own that to respect like the existence of life. Like for example, the Doctor, if you notice, the Doctor does not intentionally kill his. Like, he doesn't kill anything in the movie. When he knocks
Yeah,
out
he
the
says
alpha
like, "Oh,
zombie,
I've been observing this alpha for like a
Correct.
while, right?" He
Yes.
says something like that.
he has a respect
Yeah.
for it, and like that's why he covers himself with iodine. That's why he has preventative measures. He doesn't kill them, despite them being like pretty much like a direct predator to mankind. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, Jimmy exactly the opposite. This is all for fun. It's for the love of the game for him.
Yeah.
I think the sequel to this movie is gonna be fucking wild. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's flying off the rails even more because now it's all about religion. Because the baby clearly is a clear symbol for Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, I was telling you that like Jimmy has the JC initials. Apparently, I saw
correct.
that. I think he has. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he is the the
Jesus
Jesus
archetype?
Christ character. Yeah, but the upside down cross says otherwise.
Well, the interesting thing is that means so. There's two things. He's either going to be the Antichrist, or like the representation of the Antichrist, or he's going to be Jesus. So the movie, I think, in my opinion, goes down in two ways. One, the infant is born, and it's going to be about protecting the infant. I could see this being like, for some reason, Jimmy has to fixate on killing this infant because it's like a representation of the progress of zombies. And he's like, fuck all that, we got to take the whole thing down. Or the other way happens where some random bullshit occurs and then Jimmy has to sacrifice himself for the good of mankind. But I can't see this happening any other way because we have this infant that represents something important clearly in a fortress. And then we've got this other dude with a kill squad who is like just murking all the zombies. And he like carves
Jimmy and
symbols
the
into
boys
them.
got it.
Oh yeah,
They gonna take it. They raiding it. They raiding the fortress.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, fuck all 2 hours of 28 years later. I'm on Jimmy's team. We wiping the zombies out. I need double electric nunchucks with sickles at the end of it. I'm killing zombies with zero respect and regard for their existence. Like, the fuck are we talking about? Like, the zombies need to be alive. Like, we need to care for them too and have a relationship with them. Absolutely not,
No,
bro.
that's not what Spike's saying, man.
Fuck
Spike's
all
still
of this.
killing them.
The second I'm on that train and that zombie over there wailing, I'm asking questions later.
Yeah.
We ain't got time for this. Like,
Well,
nah, man.
how do you think Spike? You think Spike's gonna slip up and be like, "Yeah, there was a zombie that like
Absolutely.
gave birth to another one."
There's no way
okay.
this infant isn't a main character in the second movie. I don't know if it's going to be another 28 years later and like Jimmy's going to be senile and Spike is going to be in his prime or what, but there's going to be a couple of there's going to be a solid amount of time that passes. Unless they want to use the same actors, which honestly they probably should. But there's gonna be a solid amount of time that passes, and it's gonna be the thing, that thing, and it's like there's a lot like, and then also, like, okay, now we're gonna pivot to criticisms. the whole movie is filled with so many criticisms. For example, like we got Jamie. Like Jamie never sets out to go save his family. Like, and he's talking about all that shit about manliness. Jamie a bitch for real, and I mean that. Like, your wife and your 12-year-old skedaddle, and you ain't out there on site. You know he was talking about that doctor 5 minutes ago. Go get your kid. Like, activate. You that nude, huh?
We get like the whole thing where they're like, once someone goes out there and they don't come back, we're not going after them. And like once Spike and his mother leave, we're like, oh, okay. Like obviously Jamie's gonna break that rule and go save his family, correct? Right? He's like, no, like he just stays there, and I'm sure he's just going through it, drinking, doing jack shit, and then he gets that note.
Cheating.
He's like, oh yeah, cheating. Man, she dead, so it's not cheating no more. But yeah, he don't know that. But yeah, in his mind, it's cheating. But in his mind, he's getting, you know.
Yeah, there's a point of relief. It's definitely implied that like Jamie would be like better off, or in his own opinion, without like, you know, a family to be burdened by.
Yeah, like you said, she's waiting for him to die. I mean, he loves Spike. Like obviously, he's like Abel. He's a son. I'm not sure how Jamie's character would be if he came out. Spike was a boy, and he also named his fucking son Spike. Like,
oh, I didn't even notice that's a dog name. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dog name.
This is aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a problem with that. I have a problem with like the fucking high tide rule, because you're telling me there's never been a rival faction, clan, or group of people that have just simply waited for the tide to low. Well, maybe they have, but like they don't have guns. Also, like if like you're telling me no scientist on the outside world is studying the rage virus and understands that the non-infected people are fine, like. There's not a rally point that you can go to, like Escape from New York style, where all you have to do is make it to this gate, and then they do like a fucking checkup real quick. Like they can't just fucking scan your forehead with a thermometer and be like, you're not infected, come on through. Like there's none of that. Right. Seriously.
Like take your clothes off, like get de-sterilized.
Right. Do a little spin,
and you're free. Yeah. Right. I don't understand why it's just like. I guess they're like no exceptions. Like whoever's on this island, damn near just infected.
Listen, you think capitalism isn't immediately taking advantage of this in the real world? Some huge developer or multi-billionaire is going to hire a private security company or private army company to start taking back that land so they can start building duplexes. I promise you that's what's going down if this is real. Like some guy is like, wait, free land with no claim that's like perfect for just creating whatever I want. We're putting Amazon warehouses in this bitch everywhere. Like we're gonna take back the zombie land.
Maybe just the rest of the world is just happy that this happened specifically to Britain, and then they're like, oh yay, we can just cover this off, so no more colonization.
How do you like changing history?
Yeah. How about y'all are stuck there? Okay, that y'all can go steal some tea from somebody. Like.
Go get your own freedom. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
What other criticisms do I have? Oh yeah, just like Eric being an absolute idiot as a guy that's clearly trained like to be the patrol of the zombie land area. Like these guys are fully tactical geared out. Like maybe he is stupid, but like I just don't believe that he doesn't have some form of backup plan or training, like, or anything like that. What other criticism?
I would just think, just the squad in general would be like a better. Like, how are they not just posting up, like, getting somewhere safe and just killing zombies? Like they have guns, they have automatic weapons.
There's
Spike. They did worse than Spike and Jamie running away from like they killed like I want to say like 7 or 8 zombies.
Yeah,
like.
I know that's supposed to be the point. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the film is like guns are bad. Like we need to return to natural stuff. Like I get that, but I'm like, oh my gosh. Like also, the doctor is not coming back with us to the village. Maybe he's cool. Maybe like Dr. Ian is like actually. Dr. Kelson is like, I'm good off that. I like my little temple thing I got going on. But like I don't know, there's a lot going on. And then so I guess we'll go on to a representation station real quick. So if you're unfamiliar with this is where we talk about the diversity that exists in the film. Now this is a very is this Northern or Western Europe? I'm unfamiliar with the geography of.
Oh man. Let me see.
It's not Eastern Europe, so it's got to be either Central, Northern, Southern, or Western. So everything but Eastern Europe. So there's no diversity at all outside of women. Is there a single black character, or I'll be specific to that region, Asian, the Arabic world,
This is north. This is north, by the way.
Okay, so I'm unfamiliar with like the geography of this landmass, so I don't know how common it is for people to have immigrated there or be in this predicament. But it's a lot. It's white people. It's all white people.
I don't think there's any representation at all. I would say.
The score. There is women, and honestly,
there is women.
Yeah, there is women, and let's go through how the women are treated in this movie. One of them is a adulter device. One of them is brain cancered and pretty much inept outside of killing a single zombie, and then the third one is one of the village elders that establishes the rules in the beginning, but we don't see her ever again. Mm-hmm. So this movie is getting a representation station score of an absolute 1, which is horrible. Like out of 5 or out of 10, it is horrible. The only thing that could have been worse is if this was like a movie directed. It was like a heist movie directed back in the 80s where there's some girl locked in a tower or the bad guys kidnapped her and we got to save her. This is so bad for representation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just how do you? In 2002, when the first one came out, like we got a sister. She pretty much the second main character. Besides Cillian Murphy, she's doing things. Obviously, stuff happens to her, but that was a good start.
Yeah, but we did not continue with that circumstance, and it's not like I will admit when I was watching the movie, it didn't appear to me that there was no representation because I've never been to Europe, so I just assumed they were all white. But like obviously when you're reflecting on it, it's like
there's also I think there's at least 2 ladies with Jimmy's crew at the end.
Is there? Oh, that's cool. Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It still gets a 1. But yeah, and like I said, like obviously, like everything I said about assuming the racial or ethnic makeup of Europe is all ignorance because I've never been there. But my favorite, most chilling scene. We'll go that first, and then we'll do favorite death scene or pick your death scene. So most chilling scene for me.
There's a lot to pick from, actually.
There is. I think I'm gonna go with the train scene where Eric gets his head ripped off. Yeah, that was like a oh fuck when he gets pulled up and you hear him start screaming.
Yeah, because I feel like it's. Oh man, I'm just happy we didn't have to see that. We saw it did it show the entirety when they were in the tunnel and he did that to another soldier?
Yeah, it was like a Daredevil Wilson Fisk head removal moment.
Yeah. I would say, it's really hard. Like, there's a lot of tension just like in all those. Oh, okay. Maybe the scene where just after they kill like the first like crawler and he gets his first kill, there's one that's like slowly coming up on Jamie. And you think that's gonna get him.
That was good.
That one's really good. I think that goes like hand in hand with the same one with with Spike in the church, and there's the one crawling towards him. I think they both hit it. Like this movie does tension really well. Like I gotta say that. Like it really builds it up.
Yeah, the lethality of the crawler zombies is definitely something that I feel like is going to be expanded upon in the next film because like they have almost gotten a lick twice by simply being fat and being quiet.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing, like getting killed by one of those. Like it's just like the slow but deadly. Like you got to be.
It's like it's the snail. It's the snail that if it touches you, die.
The rabbit and the hare. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yes, it's like $4 billion a minute, but there's a snail that chases you forever.
Eternally.
Pick your death scene. I'm going first. Fuck you. It's definitely getting blow darted in the back of the head and then killed while I'm asleep.
Yeah, okay, I'll get my head ripped off. I'll get my head ripped off. Yeah, sure. I'll get my head ripped off. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna take Eric. I'm taking Eric's head ripping. Yeah.
That's how you want to go out?
That's my death scene.
So you're gonna shoot a pregnant zombie, threaten your friends, and then get your head ripped off?
Okay. They're not my friend. I just met them.
Not the Eric support. No, not us being them. Team Eric.
Not team. Every time we do this, I'm gonna just pick the gruesomest death. I would take that one. That's me.
Grave mistake. So the antithesis, basically the reason this podcast exists. So it's the decision that a character makes that leads to the utmost downfall. So there's a couple of good ones in here. We've obviously got Eric not paying attention. We have Jamie being an asshole.
Yeah, I would just say that Jamie just like just rushing his son to grow up. Like this causes all of the story. Like
I think it actually ends
maybe
up
this.
better though. I feel like
You think so?
I don't. It
I mean, yeah, I
depends.
guess because like no, tragedy doesn't like come back into the village, right? It's just like it just happens all out there, you know.
We don't know. I guess we
It
don't
doesn't
know
come
yet. We
back.
don't know the conclusion
Yeah, we don't know yet.
of
We don't
his
know yet.
adventures.
Yeah.
And he definitely accosted his son by putting him on that path. So that's a pretty good one. I think. Yeah, that one's pretty great. I'm trying to pick like a kind of like a niche one that didn't really have too much significance, but is pretty funny to think about. Um, I'm gonna go with Jamie having kids. Didn't see that one
Jamie
coming.
having kids to begin with.
Yeah,
Okay, you know what? I
should
did think
never
about
have
like a
kids.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bad
Jamie
dad.
just like yeah, nah, bad dad, like bad husband, bad father. Should not been been able to procreate. Just like
Yeah,
I don't
ruined
know,
it for the rest
English
of us.
incarnate. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was just not a bad dude.
Another option could be organized religion, because if you don't have that, then you never have Jack O'Connell getting converted to a Power Ranger.
Well, I mean that goes back into the day, you know, like that goes a little too far back.
You didn't want to go that far. You didn't.
Yeah, and
want
I don't think we can go to like like yeah,
You
nah.
did. You did.
Jesus Christ's inception.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
we,
we're going.
We gotta go back to.
I said organized religion. So if you ever believed in a higher power, it's your fault. No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go all the way back there. That's the problem.
Okay. Let's see. I think music. There's not really a lot of music in this movie that's notable.
I think we get the I'm not sure when it comes on, but it's the 28 like 28 later theme of,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I gotta give him that. That's a blank. That's a banger, man. Like, yeah. Oh, it really hits.
All right.
But
Now,
yeah, I mean, it's cool.
I think it's time to finally give the movie a score and give our final thoughts on it. So what's the what are your final thoughts about 28 years later? What would you give it out of 5? What's your letterbox score? You know, what are you doing here? Give us a full
I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna go with the same score as the other movie. I'm giving this a 3. Like I didn't know what to think in the theater when I was watching this, like, obviously for the first time. I think the action sequences are even better than like the other ones. It was kind of weird. I kind of did actually enjoy when they got shot like an infected with an arrow. It'd be like zoom, and it, like the camera would go around the head or something like that to show the impact. And I think the cuts, like the 28 later cuts, they make the movie just much more, like I said, like tension building and thrilling, and like it really gets like your heart pumping. So I enjoyed those scenes, but yeah, I guess just later on, like just like I guess like I didn't really like Eric's character. I did like
That's
that
my
he
favorite
shows like the
character.
outside, but that's like all like his like interactions and showing that this is like not his normal. His normal is like our normal. That's fine, but just his character in general, like how fast he was dealt with, that was whatever. Like Jamie just being like just absolute terrible father. Like I really got to know like how the story ends, because obviously this is kind of like a 2-part movie. So we're gonna get the second part like next year, I want to say. But I think it just really loses its like it's I don't even know what sense of identity this movie even has, you know? It's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
the first guy was just like had daddy issues, wrote it up until the end of when they get back. The second dude, the second dude, like I don't know, like took a gummy or a mushroom or something and was just like, you know, this is let's paint a picture of this weird life. And the third guy like ripped a line of coke and then just started writing zombie peen and
Right,
doctor
yes.
stuff.
man, it's like you see people trying to defend like the ending of the movie and like say like there's so many of these things you guys are not looking at, and like so many things that you should have like known.
You don't
but
understand
also,
Pulp
like,
Fiction, man.
like you were saying, like they in the other case they just shove so much information about memento mori down your throat in the third act, where it's like, why are you going to do all this but also say that like there's all these things we're not looking at to make this movie try to understand it better? It makes no sense.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
waterboard
you can't
me
do
in
that.
exposition and then tell me that the real
Right.
message was behind the camera. Like,
Y'all ain't listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I promised I was listening. I hear you, memento mori. I was paying attention.
Yes. That Jimmy obviously should have showed up, right? And like just killed them and be a Power Ranger. Obviously, like, were you not expecting that?
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
Huh?
because there's too much violence in
like
kids' cartoons.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Teletubbies. Yeah. Let's make it back to that. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what's your score out of 5? You said 3, right? You're going the same as.
Yes.
So
3,
this and 28 Days Later are written by an alien and someone who's human. Like, so it's interesting to me that you found them to be the same score, but for different reasons.
Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy. Like, I'd probably say like I would like rewatch this movie over 28 Days, but I still gotta give them the same rating. Like, it's. Maybe this franchise is just not for me, you know. So I'd save it for the Brits.
This is interesting. The more I talk about this movie, the more I want to rewatch it, and I don't know what the fuck is going on because, like I said, the themes are not cohesive. It feels like we just took 3 things together and glued it. But the performances, the fucking world, that whole island is all like so inviting and it's so interesting. Like I want to know more about like how the zombies are developing.
I still like that.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Like, I want to know how this Power Ranger thing is working. I want to see how it ends. Like I'm so interested in the expanded universe of 28 Later. But the like this is a movie feels so weird. Like, so I gave this movie a 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd, and I went back and I officially did 28 Days Later, despite whatever I said on the original podcast. I gave that a 2.5. Because it just feels more tropey and less original. This movie is something new, and I think I'm gonna have a Dune 2 moment. I don't like Dune 1 that much. I think that movie is honestly fucking mid. Like that movie is like a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7. Or sorry, a 7.
Sure.
The most mid score you can give a movie is Dune.
I think it's a fine movie.
It's just like it just feels like kind of Star Wars. But Dune 2, I'm sitting in the theater like I understand everything now. Like I'm better than everyone else. This movie is gonna, I think, be Dune 1 for me. Maybe even worse than that, but I think this next.
Oh, you're
movie,
saying something better. Oh,
the sequel to this movie, okay. Because of what I like, I think I'm going to be horrendously obsessed with the next movie if it continues with this world building, but just dives full deep into the wackiness. I think that's the problem. The first 30 minutes of this movie is like a very grounded, real, gritty story, and then it fucking flies off the handle. So I can't like wrap my head around if the next movie is just full deep dive into the madness and the weird shit that people become when like the apocalypse happens. Like that's what I love about Mad Max. Like Mad Max is like just the fucking weirdest shit ever because there's no rules, there's no society anymore. So guys have like masks with funnels going down to their ass so they can smell their own farts, and there's like bullet farms and like cults and like.
So you want to see more of that? If
this just becomes Mad Max in Europe with zombies, I'm fully into it. I'm buying the merchandise.
I'll be into it.
I'm gonna have the Ultra HD Criterion version of 28 Years Later Part 2. But like. Yeah, this movie gets a 3 out of 5, and it's probably worse than that, but also probably better. It's very hard to kind of nail like how I feel about it. I just like yeah. The franchise is kind of cheeks though, but I like where it's going.
I mean, like just like the visuals, like you said, that the visuals, the acting. It's just like I guess it's like we have more problems with the story base, like just even with like the world building. It's just really interesting, but it's like. What is going on?
This is if you honestly, this is also a movie that basically has nothing to do with the other two outside of like the genesis.
Not really.
Of the zombies. So I think honestly, the tech is you just start someone off on 28 Years Later. We don't ever show them the other two movies. You just start them off on this, and then the sequel to whatever this is. And I think they're like you have like an obsessed like fan base. Yeah.
I mean, this is a very weird. Like, I mean, I guess. Like imagine watching this for the first time, but you've never seen the other two movies. You know, like I'd be like,
I can't tell if I'd be interested or I'd be more like, never show me this again.
Right, yeah. Oh man, I mean, yeah. No,
could you imagine doing the opposite? Like, so imagine you go with your friends to go see this movie with no context, and you're like, oh, that was interesting. I wonder what the first one's about. And then you watch the Cillian Murphy movie, and you're like, what the fuck? Where did we come from?
Yeah.
How is this? Is not. There's nothing that's similar. Yeah, man. So that's our feelings, I guess, on 28 Years Later. You got anything else for us?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really have much to say after that.
You're
It's
almost
just a three.
exhausted
Like,
with the.
yeah, I am, really am. Like, maybe I'll watch it again later on when it's like on DVD or like when it's on streaming services. But uh, it's a fine movie. I mean, it looked good. I can appreciate it looked good. I like I'm a sucker for nature and like landscape shots, and it was full of that. Like the shot of, like the zombies on like the hillside, like with the tree, and they're
Oh,
about to start chasing them.
when they
That
were
was
here,
amazing. That looked
they
great.
were here like.
Yeah, yeah, they were just standing,
Just,
and then the alpha is just they start running. The alpha's just like, I ain't
that
going
was
until they
unsettling.
dead.
I should have picked that
Yeah,
as the
yeah.
most chilling scene, and also because
Mhm.
the next day he's still standing there.
Yeah, he's still standing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's just posted up. So I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude's
He's
got
like
a
he's
lot.
just looking at them in the house. Yeah,
All right, well,
you got something, but
solid. Honestly, solid pod. I'm excited to see how we react to the next one. Thank you guys for watching.
Mhm.
Interact with the content. Share it. Send it to your friends. I know I need to make more
Let's
TikTok
go.
clips, but share that shit. All right, thanks, guys,
Let's
and we'll
go.
see you later.
Bye.